On the morning of June 28, 2025, heavy rains and flash floods, the second time in just a few days, hit many parts of the region, particularly Leishan County in southwest China's mountainous Guizhou province, turning the region's most devastating flooding disaster in 30 years, forcing the evacuation of thousands of people, prompting the highest level of emergency response, and leaving rural areas and riverside towns in ruins.
Hello.
At around 8 a.m., authorities in Leishan County announced that they had raised the emergency response level from Grade 2 to Grade 1 due to stronger than expected existing weather systems and severe water discharges from upstream watersheds. The decision comes at a critical juncture, especially in Danyang Township, where river levels are rising rapidly, and the entire region is now in a state of mobilization. The district administration has called for an emergency evacuation of settlements in the area, and thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes and directed to higher and safer areas. People, especially in rural areas, left the flooded areas in a race against time. One of the most dramatic moments of the floods occurred in the Yangpai residential area. A large chunk of earth broke off from a hillside adjacent to this area, sending a stream of mud and debris towards the lower floors of buildings in blocks 38 and 39. A woman screamed for help from her balcony, while a mixture of mud and water was rapidly rising from the floor below. Fortunately, emergency responders on the scene were able to quickly intervene and rescue the woman. In the same minutes, fire brigades and civil defense teams were simultaneously carrying out rescue operations at dozens of locations. Across Leishan County, more than 2,400 people were evacuated from a total of 723 households. Disaster management units notified over 10,000 people living in flood-prone areas through early warning systems. Local authorities said that the rapid spread of flooding was caused not only by heavy rainfall, but also by the inability of the soil to absorb water due to ground saturation. Road collapses, power outages, and damage to communications infrastructure made evacuations and relief coordination extremely difficult. In the afternoon of the same day, the levels of many rivers across Guizhou reached alarming levels. In particular, water levels at the confluence of the Pingyong, Jiahao, and Duliu rivers were the highest in 50 years, according to hydrometeorological stations. The 253.5-meter water level measured in the Duliu River on June 28th was exactly 2 meters above the safety threshold. The 256.7 meters recorded earlier in the week was the highest since 1954. As of the afternoon of June 28th, the rainfall had partially abated and river levels were slowly declining. However, weather experts warned that localized showers and thunderstorms could still be expected in parts of Guizhou in the coming days. The risk of landslides is still at its highest. In particular, the slopes along the riverside are prone to landslides at any time due to accumulated water and loosened soil. In this context, teams have been dispatched to reinforce embankment walls and dikes in many towns in Rongjiang County, including Leishan. Equipment such as generators, sandbags, and waterproof barricades were sent to temporary evacuation centers for controlling overflowing rivers and emergency response. In addition to evacuation operations, the Chinese Army and local volunteers took part in controlling the embankment walls, opening emergency response roads, and setting up security circles. China's Ministry of Water Resources has issued a national flood threat assessment, reporting that 13 major rivers have exceeded the alert level, not only in Guizhou, but also in surrounding provinces such as Yunnan, Guangxi, and Hainan. During June 2025, rainfall levels recorded at Hubei and Guizhou meteorological stations were the highest daily averages on record. This has led to a re-examination of 98 special flood diversion zones, designed to manage excess water during the monsoon season. In rural but densely populated areas like Rongjiang, such disasters have triggered social tensions. Earlier in 2023, the evacuation and diversion of nearly 1 million people in Hebei province caused great controversy. Experts and scientists point out that such decisions have not only technical, but also sociological and ethical implications. As of today, while the physical effects of the floods are gradually subsiding, the efforts to compensate for the destruction left behind are still in their early stages, and there are serious difficulties in meeting the basic needs of families who have lost their homes, such as shelter, health, and transportation. Many officials and experts in the region see the disaster not only as a sudden natural phenomenon, but also as a turning point in China's urbanization process, which has accelerated in recent years, and as a turning point where systemic gaps in infrastructure planning and preparedness for climate change can no longer be ignored.
在楼下是这个样子了，才半小时不到，就成这个样子。我家二楼雨备。
We extend our condolences to all those affected by the massive flooding in Guizhou province of China, which has affected many residential areas, particularly Leishan County, so that we can continue to report the effects of such disasters accurately and completely. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any updates. Your support is very important to us.